welcome back. We are here to do the karmic update. Yes, we are live every Friday, and very separately, if you do want to get this content easy a week ahead of the game, please join our YouTube membership. You can do such via the computer. At the moment, they don't have it via a telephone browser, but hopefully they do change such. So if you want to come through and join the vibe, come through and grab those. We also have coaching sessions. Let's have a look at the karmic third parties cards. I'm telling you, this is looking mighty juicy this week. Now, I do see something going on with the karmic energy, post-eclipse energy, moving into the next one. And I feel that I really wanted to call this video Going In Where Angels Fear to Tread. And I do feel this person is being overly zealous and maybe over-optimistic. But there are these ebbs and flows. Really, I'm seeing through the cards at the moment where this individual is very up and down, going from moodiness to overzealous to, moving in where angels fear to tread. It's very up and down. And I feel what they're not seeing is what's ahead. They're not seeing what's on the horizon. They're not practicing mindfulness. I do feel they're trying to say to somebody that they've changed. And, even though they know this situation needs to be let go of, it's almost like their logic is saying, no, I won't. Something has come up and they're not wanting to break a pattern here. We do have the crowning energy. The karmic third party is really using this where, something that has gone on a long time. It can be overusing money. It might be, using pacifiers and habits. I'm noticing they're green. Which is the jealousy and the envy, but it's all the overactive sacral chakra, more in an addictive tendency way. Do not do the things that you know are bad for you, and it's in reverse. So it's like they're knowing something isn't so good. They're knowing that the situation isn't good, but nevertheless, I do feel they're like reminiscent of the past, of the celebration card, of the way things used to be and how they feel things should be. And this is causing a lot of tension. Where they are at the moment is quite angry. They're trying to hold their cool. That I do feel they could be talking with a friend. There could be some body language going on with a friend and they're trying to hold their cool. It can be when counterpart is saying things. For some, it can just be point blank zero. The moodiness is there and the lack of acceptance of a circumstance. Some of these wounds are really navigating them at the moment. It's like it's a bitter pill to swallow. In one breath, they're feeling, look, very reminiscent and nostalgic. The next, they're thinking, gee, I do need to let this go, but I'm really not willing to. And I do feel for some it can be because they have become accustomed to a way of living. I do feel there's moments where they're feeling as though they do just need to let this situation go. But from an egoic perspective, it's almost like they're not taking no for an answer. So I do see these individuals really putting their foot down. It's like, I'm not going to budge. I will make this work no matter what it is. I make my luck. So it is this cockiness. Not necessarily is it wisdom. It's healthy to have, self-esteem and courage. It's healthy to jump in and get things done. But I feel this person, it's more, it could be self-centered, but it's not seeing the rationale in a circumstance. There is something that they're not forgiving at the moment. They're hoping it's not going to come out into the clear day. This can be something that they did. Some of them aren't wanting to break a pattern. They're wanting to continue living in a certain way, even though maybe it's not able to. They're wanting things to remain the same. They're wanting things to go back to the way they were. I do feel they're having to, move ahead with life, but they're moving ahead like nothing's changed. I feel there's a denial here. I do feel universe is trying to give them synchronistic messages through the flower totem. But I'm seeing from the bottom row, this is going to be a revelation of shock. So I feel for some of them, if they're not listening, it's a little bit like universe gives us 3 warnings. Something is really paving them off to do with counterpart. And I do feel some of them are really having fights at the moment. There's a disagreement between what way to proceed, how to deal with this. I feel for some of them that have already gone through this separation, it's this almost like return of the Mac. They're wanting to come back into this. They're wanting to charge in where angels fair to tread. I don't know why I'm getting embarrassment. It's like I do feel this person is going to lose their cool at a time maybe it shouldn't be. This could be in public. I do feel they're going to regret. Whatever they're doing, they're regretting. I do feel the subconscious mind knows they're going to regret it, but it's almost like this revenge. Let's move into clarify. So I'm saying this person really, really defending their turf, and they have a whole lot to say. I mean, I'm looking at this female's face, and when I look at the female energy and a masculine energy coming through in the card, the female energy can denote the emotion, okay? This person's pissed. This person's not happy. They're hurt. They're broken. They feel broken down by a circumstance. There is this revenge coming through with deceiving eyes. And they do feel from the bottom row, at a foundation level, they can rise again. They're planning their attack. They're planning their notion of how to address this. It's quite funny, you know, for the past few weeks, I have been getting something to do with the function. This could have been Christmas. It might be a birthday. But I just get, for a lot of them, they're looking to the future. Also, very similar to the twin flames. Of, look, is this going to shift by then? Is it going to shift by this time? Where are we going to be? I do feel they want things, their ducks to be in a row. What? Okay, that's an interesting message. For some of them, they're expecting an engagement party. It's like they have an image. I have a vision of love, you know, of what they want their love life to look like. What's crossing this place? Because I don't think counterparts are looking at it as well. Yeah, there's space between these individuals. I definitely see a major plan for those that are in a commitment. Maybe there's one breadwinner in this circumstance. There's disagreements to do with finances. Yeah, they absolutely want to get married. There is a proper group here that's like, oh, I'm going to get married. Some are actually, it could be an anniversary that's coming up, but after that, it's like it all goes pear-shaped. Yeah, DM's on a different page. Those that are dealing with karmic that is a DM, they're on a different page. Feminines also are trying to get their power back, but both parties here in the mix are in two different minds. I do feel there's going to be something that comes up. For some, I do see separation. I see a split. I do feel for some they already have, and they're going through the kind of, how could you explain it? It's like they're looking at this circumstance and saying, look, can we reconcile? Is there any way we can get back on track, back to the heydays when we were celebrating? I know things need changing, but can't we keep things the same? It could be saying, hey, for the kids, hey, for the family, hey, for the money. And they're trying to use the smooth talking and keeping their temper because their goal in mind is to get this Chariot card moving forward, but they're having to address the past. And I feel they're looking at it more with nostalgic eyes over directly where it is at a foundation level here. I do feel moving into the next moon phase, it's not really going to give them any graces because there can be major shake-ups, especially with the pending eclipse coming. So many of us are not having enough time to actually, gain our bearings prior to the extra energy coming through. And I really see these individuals suffering at the minute. Let's pull a chakra card to where they stand right now. Panicky. Overactive sacral chakra. Yep, there it is. Overactive sacral chakra. There's going to be a shake-up. Okay, something they're not saying at the moment. We have the crowning energy of the in-child. There's insecurities, especially with this individual not wanting to actually change circumstance, knowing it's not healthy. So, like I said, there could be a situation where there's one income coming through, and a vision of how they want this. Some are actually wanting children to cement this situation. I do feel, look, I do agree for the collective. I'm picking up energy as it comes through. But there's something to do with social responsibility here in the mix, and they're trying to hold their cool. But they're not looking at situations logically of how much has changed, not what the dream was yesterday, where it directly is now. I do feel there can be a squabble, especially for those going through divorce at the moment. That can be over cash component and value systems. Some are not experiencing healthy boundaries, and it could end up getting a little bit messy where officials get involved. I'll just say it in that fashion. I do feel that the individual who's dealing with this karmic person is just nonchalant at this point. I feel they're quite grounded, they've reached acceptance, and they know what they want. Love and light, look out for those karmics this week. Don't be surprised. It may come through in our live updates. Yes, we do have super chats. If you do want to come through and join us, you can click the bell on the direct live that's coming up. I do place them on Premiere so that you're able to see when I'm next live. And yes, we do have the super chats. If you can't pay through YouTube for a super chat at the end of the sessions, you can pay through PayPal link, which I did provide. Love and light. I'll see you during the week. Take care, beautifuls.